If your knees feel like poop when you're going down the stairs or you are in the bottom of a squat in the gym, I'm about to show you exactly how you can start to work on that. We are going to cover some things that are a little niche. We're going to do a little bit of assessment and a little bit of, obviously, treatment, activity, exercise, and it's going to be a follow-along routine. So I'm going to mic up, I'm going to lead you through, and you can follow along. And we're going to do a little bit of a PT session, a rehab session today, and hopefully you feel like this is helping your knees. This, might not help every single person because everyone's different and unique and beautiful as they are, but these are principles that you can apply to any type of pain. So I'm going to walk you through this whole thing and just follow along till the end because you want to make sure you get your whole session in. So let's go. Okay, we're here in the gym. It's kind of loud. I hope you can hear me. But we're going to start out with a little test to see how your quads are, because your quads run from your hip bone down over towards your knee, and they go over the front of the knee. And if your quads are really knotty and tight and annoyed, then that can pull on your tendon and make things really tender here in the front of the knee when you're doing things like going down the stairs and squatting where your knee is very bent like this. So the test is going to look like this. You're going to get in a tall kneeling position. You're going to tuck your toes underneath, and you're just going to sit your butt down to your heels. So in this position, if you feel a lot of tension in the front of the quads or in your knees, then we know that that is probably a little bit tight on you, and we're going to work on that. No worries. And this is how it looks from the front. We're also going to test one leg at a time to see if there's a difference side to side. So for this, you're going to bring one foot up and again sit your butt to your heel on the other side. I feel this a lot in my toes and my feet. You might also feel that there, but here we're looking to see on actually this side if you have some pinching in the front of the hip. That could also mean some quad tightness. From the side, it looks like this, and then we'll switch sides and just see how it feels. So first thing we're going to do is foam roll the quads. So you're going to get on top of the foam. You can do this with both feet or both legs on the foam. And you can start by just kind of rocking back and forth like so. You're going to feel for any tight spots. If you get to a tight, really tender area on the quad, you're going to stop. And you can either tilt side to side like so, or you can bring your leg up and down like so. We kind of just want to get on those sticky parts and then move around a little bit to kind of massage it out. This is sending a nice signal to the nervous system that we want to calm things down here, and it doesn't need to be so much tension. Ooh boy, there's a lot of tension. So I would do a quad foam rolling for 1 minute, focusing on one leg at a time. So 1 minute on one side, 1 minute on the other side. If you don't have a foam roller at home, you could also use literally a rolling pin and just roll your quads out like that. Or you could also use one of those massage guns if you have like the vibrating ones, and just hit your quads like that. Okay, next we're gonna do some quad lengthening to again reduce some of that tension on the tendon. So it's gonna look like this. It's called a reverse Nordic. You're gonna stand up nice and tall on your knees. You're gonna squeeze your butt so that from your knees to your hips to your shoulders is all in one straight line. We don't wanna be mushy like this. So squeeze that butt, get nice and tall, and you can put your hands wherever you want really, and you're gonna lean back till you feel a stretch in the front of the quads and then come back up. If your feet are like mine, it's gonna be way harder, I just realized. So we're gonna tuck your toes underneath and try it like that. All right, that's easier. Oh, but still hard. That's just is gonna give you some more leverage to come back up. So we're gonna do a nice and slow and controlled on the way back for a 3 count, 2, 1, hold it a moment here, oh, and then come on back up. Let's do, I would say to do 5 of these with that nice tempo, and then rest and repeat. So 1, 2, 3, hold it, and come back up. Whew. If coming back up from that is really not happening for you, then we'll just do the eccentric part of it, and then on the way up, we're gonna come out of that position and go up kind of like how I just did. So you're here, 3, 2, 1, that's enough of that. Whew. You can bottom out here and then just sit on up regularly. So again, 3, 2, 1. All right. And then come back up. So we're still getting that length on the lowering portion, but then coming back up is usually harder than going down. So you're just gonna give yourself a boost to come out of that hole. Okay, next, we're gonna do some wall sits. So wall sits are considered an isometric. That means that your legs are not moving around a whole bunch. It's just staying in one position and contracting the muscles here, which is sending some tension through the tendons, which tendons enjoy. Tendons don't usually love being yanked on when they're irritated. So if you have, again, that pain in the front, I think these will be really helpful for you. So you're gonna have your feet about hip width apart or wide or whatever's comfortable. You're gonna bring your butt back towards the wall. Get nice and tall, and you're gonna kind of scoot down. I would start at a 45-degree angle here, not completely parallel, and just see how that feels. So you wanna feel your quads working. You might feel a little bit of tension, a little bit of pain in the front, but as long as it's below a 5 out of 10, then you're okay. I would hold this for about 20 seconds, which I think I hopefully am coming up on because this fucking burns. And then you would just come out of it, rest about 30 seconds, and then do it again. So this is gonna be level 1, where you're at 45 degrees. If you didn't really feel too much or it was pretty easy, then you can go to level 2, which is gonna be 90 degrees. So you're just putting a little bit more tension through the quads, through the tendon in the front. And then level 3 is gonna be it's gonna be a stagger stance. So I'll show you that one. Level 3 is gonna be here, and you're going to kickstand your foot out like so. So one foot's gonna be out to the side and lifting your toe a little bit to put more tension on one side at a time. This is good if you can handle this. If you have more pain on one side than the other, or if the other two are just not doing it for you, you could try this version. I would hold it for 20 seconds on each side. And then after you've done 20 and 20, take a break and then repeat for 3 rounds. Unfortunately, my legs are cooked from yesterday, but I will show you some more anyways, so that's where we're at. We're gonna do another isometric now. This time you're gonna lay down. If you don't have a ball, you can just push your foot into the wall, but we're gonna go like so. So you're gonna get on in a prone position on the floor. You're gonna scoot so that your knee is up against the ball. So right about there in kind of a 90-degree position. And you're just gonna push that foot into the ball. And again, hold it for 20 seconds and then relax. So this is similar to the other one that we did, but now your hip is straight. Before, when we were doing the wall sit, your hip was bent. So it's just getting the quads at a different angle. This one is in a more lengthened position than the other position. This might also be a little bit weaker because generally when we stretch out muscles and then force them to contract in a stretched out position, they're more at a mechanical disadvantage. Fancy. They just can't do their job as well. So it makes it a little harder. So 20 seconds here, everything is shaking, and then you take a break, and you're gonna do 3 sets of that on each side. Okay, and the last exercise for this sequence is gonna be kind of like a squat, but we're gonna take most of your body weight out of it, and we're just gonna work on the deep knee flexion that, again, is often really annoying for people if they're having the pain in the front of the knee. So we're gonna be on your knees this whole time. If your knees are not a fan of being mushed on the floor, then I would get a pillow or something, but this floor is kind of squishy, so it's good for me. Pretend this is a weight. If you don't have a weight at home, you could just use a yoga block too, or literally a Yeti is good enough for this. Okay, so you're gonna hold it in front. This is similar position to where we were before when we did our reverse Nordics, but we're going to do a kneeling squat. So you're here with your weight or whatever you have. You're gonna bring your butt down to your heels and you're gonna sit back up. That's level 1. This is getting your feet a little involved. I don't feel too much in my knees, so I'm gonna take it to level 2 here. You're gonna bring your butt toward your heels. That's way better. And then you're gonna come back up. So you basically wanna feel a stretch here, and then when you come up, you should feel your quads firing. So this is a nice way to strengthen your knees in this end range flexion position without having literally your full body weight on top of it like it would be in a squat. For this one, I would go for 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps, holding it for a second in that flex position. So here, hold it a second, get nice and comfortable, come back up. So your repetitions are gonna look like this. And I would rest for 30 to 45 seconds in between sets, and then do 3 of those. So this is just a quick routine I wanted to show you that you could take and try before your next lifting day, or if you're at the gym with nothing to do and you want to do a little bit of a movement snack situation for your knees, you could try this out. Of course, this is just one piece of the puzzle. Like we're doing the knee in particular, but sometimes knee pain can also be happening because something up the chain is not doing its job, or even something down the chain is not doing its job, aka your hips or your calves. If you have weenie calves like me, there can be a lot of force that is just not being absorbed by your calves at all and is going straight to your knees. So just for example, but I'll be doing videos on that going forward anyway. I just wanted to have more like, here's how to do some shit on my YouTube, instead of just talking about like concepts and not showing you what you can try. So that's it for today. Let me know in the comments if you like this kind of content, if you want to see more, if you have suggestions for what kind of mobility routines you want to see, if you want to see me doing more like actually doing the class with you guys, we can do that type of thing too, where I literally do all the reps as opposed to just telling you some ideas. So let me know what you think down below, and thanks for being here. See you next time. Bye.